Okay, sure, sure. Oh, Esther, the laptop
This
was
meeting is
disturbing.
being recorded.
Right. So, welcome to speaking practice today. This is IELTS mentor. I'm Saeed Ahmed over here. So, today we're gonna practice some speaking for the first time, and before that, we're gonna brush up our, the speaking test that we did in the first class. But I want to take some time so it will be clear to you once again. So this is the speaking subtest, and the speaking has three parts: part one, part two, and part three. In part one, basically the examiner will ask some questions, general questions about yourself and a range of familiar topics such as home, family, work, studies, interest. This part lasts between 4 to 5 minutes. Part two, uh, that gonna you'll be given a card which asks you to talk about a particular topic. It'll be given 1 minute to prepare before speaking. For up to 2 minutes, the examiner will then ask one or two questions on the same topic. Part three, you'll be asked further questions about the topic. In part two, these will give you the opportunity to discuss more abstract ideas and issues. This part of the test lasts between 4 to 5 minutes. So these are the three parts, and basically these are the look at this the little more detailed discussion. What happens in part one: introduction and interview. You have 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, the examiner will ask you something about yourself, like introductory talks, and then maybe your home, your family, work, studies, interest, kind of thing, to ensure the questions are taken from a script. Part two is a long turn. It's a 3 to 4 minutes it takes, including the preparation time, 1 minute, 1 minute, but you need to speak for 2 minutes. Okay, so we're given a paper and a pencil or pen, right, to make some notes if you want. Then part three, these look like part two card, topic card or task card, right? For example, describe a beautiful place to visit in your country. Describe something you don't have now but you'd like to have own in the future. But what is that thing, how long you have wanted to own it, and where you saw it first, and explain why you would like to own it. This kind of very simple thing. Number three is basically a little more critical in the sense that the examiner now goes down more detailed discussion, and this is a two-way discussion. Now it will be a conversation between the examiner and the candidate. Okay, right. And how it would be like assessed, that is also very important. Marking and assessment, you see: fluency and coherence, the ability to talk with normal levels of continuity and to link ideas; logical sequencing of sentences; use of cohesive devices. I told you that the same thing we practiced in writing. Lexical resource means a vocabulary, the range of vocabulary used, the adequacy and appropriacy of the words used. Then grammatical range and accuracy, same thing with writing, as I told you. Appropriate use of the test taker's grammatical resource, the length and complexity of the spoken sentences, grammatical errors in a given amount of speech and the communicative effect of error, pronunciation, the amount of strain caused to the listener, the amount of the speech which is unintelligible, and the noticeability of L1 influence, right? L1 means, language one means, for us, this is Bengali, right? So when you pronounce English word, how much you have influence from Bengali, right? Which is not a good thing, right? It means that when you speak in English, you should speak like English, right? Okay, like the native speakers. Like English means like the native speakers. So now you tell me, do you have any question? Do you have any question about the test, the idea, what will happen? It will have three parts. Part one, okay, I'll ask you some here, as this is the practice. So I'll ask you some questions about yourself. Then I'll give you a topic, right? You need to take like 1 minute preparation time and speak for 2 minutes, and then we'll go in discussion on that topic, but not the speech. Now we will talk, right? Okay. But this is what will happen in the real test, right? But here it's not a real test. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you that topic, that is part 2 topic right now. Okay, let's see. First I'm gonna give it to who is on the top here. Just a minute. Can I chat or chatting from here? Zoom is not supporting today. This is a problem. I don't know why.
This meeting is being recorded.
This is IELTS mock test, speaking test, and the examiner's name Saeed Ahmed, examiner number 0000, place Dhaka. And may I know the candidate's name, please?
Hi, this is Abul Faisal.
Okay. Welcome, Abul Faisal, to the mock speaking test. And okay, you have identification, so I'm not going to that. I'm going to the question straight. So let's talk about something about yourself, okay? Now, Abul Faisal, where you spent your childhood?
I spent my childhood to my homeland, which is called named Pabna. I raised there. I passed my school, college from there, and from the I guess I spent till I was there till the admission of to the university. When I went to the university, I had to leave that my hometown. So till then, I spent that time of period of life over there.
Okay. So can you describe your hometown?
Well, it's one of the is one of the oldest city of Bangladesh. It's on the south of the Bangladesh. If I divide Bangladesh areally, so it will be on the south. Sorry, I'm sorry. It will be on north.
Okay.
So it's not a very big town. It's not a very big town, but the climates are it's very very healthy. It's surrounded by rivers called Podda. It's very good scenario. You can have very good scenario and the place of tourism. You can have that over there, and it's very green. Definitely, it's very green. Yeah, that's it.
And I mean, tell me 3 things that you like about your hometown.
Okay, first of all, it's very clean. It's no doubt about that. It's very clean. The environment is very healthy, I guess, and it's surrounded by a river, and that makes the environment and the over the position or whatever the culture is very peaceful and friendly. And the people of this country is very much friendly and hospitable. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell us 2 things that you don't like about your hometown? Or for example, if you could change these 2 things about your hometown.
Yeah. In the recent time, we found lots of jam, actually traffic jam. So
Okay.
if I could revoke that jam from the road, that would be very handy. And one more thing is we didn't have a rail station here.
Okay.
So if I could, I could have a rail station through over this city to connecting all the countries of Bangladesh.
Right. Okay, fine. Now tell us in brief about your childhood. How was your childhood there?
Well, like all, it's very pleasant.
Mhm.
Started from uh, I enjoyed basically I started enjoying my childhood from from my school.
Mhm.
uh, from the kindergarten, then high school, then my college. Uh, but, but the most enjoying part was playing. I'm very much fond of playing, so I enjoyed my childhood a lot when I was in my on the field, when I was playing anything, basically cricket or football. I enjoyed that part most, beside my education.
So do you have any regret about your childhood that you spent in your hometown?
No, not at all. I'm very much
Okay.
happy what I did and what I what I have gone through this my child life. No, I don't have any regret. I'm very much pleased with that.
So that's the end of the first part. Now look at your, I mean, chat box. I sent you one topic. I mean, okay. So you got the topic and you also got the preparation time. So now please speak on that topic for 2 minutes.
Well, there is a journal called Pharma World. Basically, I'm very much fond of this journal. My pardon. I usually try to read this journal or magazine every day. It's based on the pharmaceutical technology and the other relevant information regarding research and other pharmaceutical invention. So in that magazine, you will come up with all the information from the recent time, um, like research, like invention, new drugs, new molecule, new technology. You will come up with all the information in this magazine. Like if I say remdesivir, the first drug was invented for the COVID-19. We came up with this information from that magazine that that medicine is coming up with very short time. And moreover, the technology, the technology, the machineries, and the practice, basically the practice in pharma world, like as we are following GMP, this the GMP is increasing, and this GMP is changing day by day. Is improving. So all the informations are very much is arranged there. We got all the information like as I said, the technology, even the GMP and other relevant information what we use in the pharmaceutical environment are very much there. And the, and the best part of this magazine is, I guess, to me, is the research work, the new invention, new molecule, what is coming in recent time is all the information is available in this magazine. Like what the medicine, what new medicine or what new molecule is approved by FDA in recent time is there. All all the information regarding the practice, regarding the issues that we have in the pharmaceutical environment, pharmaceutical company, all the
Okay,
information
thank you.
are available there.
Thank you so much. Now let's go to our, I mean, part three. We'll be talking about magazine and, a newspaper. Now you talked about a particular, I mean, a magazine, I mean, on a particular discipline, right? But let's talk about the leading newspapers and magazines of your country. So can you tell me, name of three leading newspaper of your country?
Yeah, sure. There is one Prothom Alo,
Mhm.
Bangladesh Observer, and there is another one Bangladesh Pratidin. So
Which you like
these all
most?
um, there are two. I basically like Bangladesh Observer and Prothom Alo
Okay.
because they are very informative. They work with the recent time, even um, the informations and is very much up to date.
So you read them, I mean, regularly, on a regular basis or every day?
Yeah, I do.
Right. So nowadays, people say that in the digital time, basically, newspapers are losing importance. People like more uh, television, and even YouTube has channels, and anybody can make a YouTube channel anytime within a very short period of time. So, do you also believe so? What about the print newspaper? The print newspaper is losing time, losing business. Do you believe it, or you think still print newspaper has value?
Uh, Newspaper still have that value, but as you said, everything is changing, everything is digitalizing. So people prefer going to internet or read those newspaper online rather they have it physically. So it's good. Even though those newspapers are preparing um, e-paper, and they have their portal, they already have their website, they're posting all the news on there. So it's very easy to access to that site and to read all the information or to get into it. So both of them have value because in our country it's not like that that everyone have the internet. So it's have value. Those people who have that internet access, they go to the internet and that website of that newspaper, they read the information, they read the news. But those who don't have that, they prefer and they depend on the physical newspaper.
So you mean they should have both print and
Both.
electronic?
They should have both, I guess.
Some people say it's very important. Some people say it's very important to read newspapers every day, while others say it's not important for everybody. What do you think?
Newspapers, they should have read every day. They should have
Okay.
because, but there is one thing that I will emphasize that the newspaper should be honest to publish the information correctly. They should have the correct information, and they should have the information that will definitely motivate people or make them realize what they are into.
Hmm.
Because fake
Okay.
information doesn't have any value.
Right.
They will
So
have
did
to
you
be
find
100% value.
impact of reading newspaper every day? Did you find it useful in your own life?
Yes, I do. Definitely, I do. And I did actually when I try to read the newspapers. I really find it very much informative and very much helpful. Uh, there's some segments that revealing the crime report, like or other information, the current situation of the country. They definitely have the news on newspaper or their website. So there's very much informative, and definitely they will help you.
Okay. So some people say nowadays newspapers are full of negative newses, and sometimes even horrific newses, which create a adverse effect on people's mind. So, I mean, reading newspaper nowadays is not a healthy idea. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. Because as I told, the newspaper should be honest. They should be honest. They should provide the correct news, not fake or not that news that will put negative impact on the patient. So definitely regarding that issues, they would have them into an honest position. They must go
Okay.
to the with the correct and true news.
Okay. Thank you so much. So that's the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
Well,
This meeting is being recorded.
this is IELTS speaking mock test, and the examiner Said Ahmed, the examiner number 0000, place Dhaka, and the candidate's name, please.
Hello, this is Maria Ehsan. I'm from Dhaka and I'm a
Okay.
student of B Farm Honors at the University of Asia Pacific.
Great. So let's talk about yourself, Maria. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us something about your experience in your university. I mean, your higher education.
Okay. So my experience in my university is it's a mixed experience. For lockdown, before lockdown, it was very good as I had a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends there, and the teachers are very friendly and they are so helpful. But due to lockdown, when we were attending the online classes, there's a communication gap between us and the classes and between my friends and the teachers and students relationship is not that much it's not that much here at the online classes. So I have a mixed experience here. This is all.
Okay. So in your, I mean, before this COVID situation started, I mean, let's talk about that time when everything was regular. In that time, what was the most important thing, or what really attracted you in the university? Is it the class or some other thing, some other activities?
I was most attracted by the classes because our teachers were very good, and they are very much active in their duties, and also I like the most thing which I like the most is our university library. It's very rich. It's very rich in books, and I like to spend most of the times there. So I think this is the thing that attracts me most about my university.
What's your discipline at the university in the bachelor degree? I mean, what are you studying? Major?
I'm studying now. I'm studying in the university, and my department is pharmacy. I'm a student of pharmacy, and now currently I'm on the fourth semester. It's the final semester, and after 6 months, my honors is going to be finished.
That's great. That's great. So why did you select pharmacy? I mean, did you select it on your own? You had a passion for pharmacy before?
I selected, it was my second choice. I wanted to be a doctor. So when I didn't get admitted to medical college, then I decided to admitted in pharmacy because it's under the faculty of medicine also. And by joining in this profession, I think I can be able to deal with the patient care, though it's not directly though I can't deal with the patient's care directly, but I think being with this profession, I can treat people the way I want.
Of course, yeah. Of course, you can serve people by your profession, of course, by like making medicine or inventing something new, right? Producing medicine. So Maria, what do you think about, I mean, foreign education? For example, many people go abroad after, I mean, education at home. Do you have a plan to go abroad for higher studies?
Yes, I have a plan to go abroad, but I think I at first after my bachelor I want to do the MPharm, that's the Masters of Pharmacy. I want to do this in Bangladesh, and then after completing the MPharm course, I want to go to the abroad for achieving some higher degrees on medicines. So that I then after when I come back to Bangladesh, I can be able to give people some more information or knowledge about my subject, and I can treat the people uh, more.
Okay, so do you have any regrets about your university life? Or, I mean, if you have a chance, if you had a chance, I mean, did you change anything in your, I mean, university life experience?
Yes, I do have a regret for my university life, and if I have a chance to change something, then I would like to change the environment there, as the people there, the classmates are not that much helpful to each other. Uh, there are groups all over there, and I mean people are divided there in many groups, so the bonding is not very strong um, among the students. So if I had a chance to change something, then I would like to change these things.
Okay, thank you. So that's the first part. I mean, we finished the first part. Now for the second part, we gave you a topic. So please talk on this topic for 2 minutes time.
Um, um, the city which I find interesting and I like the most, I think it's Sylhet. It's the northeastern division of Bangladesh, and I went there about 5 years ago when I was an admission examinee, and I went there with my elder brother and my sister-in-law. At first, we decided to go there by train, but unfortunately, we missed the train that day, and then we went by bus after managing the tickets of a night coach at 10:30. Uh, then uh, then after then the next day when we reached Sylhet, that morning I had an exam. I had to sit for the exam for at SAST, and then after that I traveled the whole city with my elder brother and my sister-in-law. We went to see the Dargah of Shahjalal Rahmatullah Alayhis, and then we visited the biggest tea garden at Lakatura. I found it so interesting and thrilling, as it was my first long distance journey, and that was for the first time I saw the tea garden. I saw a tea garden and mountains, but I don't feel so good visiting the Dargah that much, as it was very crowded and not so clean. But though the city itself is very clean and very beautiful, and it's a green city also, and the people of Sylhet are very helpful and friendly, so I like Sylhet a lot, and I want to visit there again for visiting the other tourist spots of Sylhet, like Bolaganj, then Sri Mongol, Bichanakandi. That's all.
Okay, thank you. So that was the second part. Now let's talk about this thing. Okay, so what were the main attractions to you from Sylhet? Just tell me 3 points.
The main attraction to me for Sylhet, it was the environment, I mean the environment of this city, as it was very it's a very calm and peaceful city, I think. And the people are there are very interesting. They are very friendly and they are very helpful. And also the tourist spots I visited there was very interesting.
Is it different from your hometown?
Yes, it's different from my hometown, because my hometown is Pabna, and it's a very small town, and it is similar to Pabna in a way, that Pabna is also a very clean and peaceful city, I know. And it's not very crowded, and as Sylhet is one of the biggest cities, it's also not very crowded, and it's also so quiet and peaceful city I found. So it's different in it's different in some points, but it's also similar to Pabna.
So outside Bangladesh, I mean, where you wanna go? I mean, which cities you wanna visit outside Bangladesh? I mean, some other countries.
Outside Bangladesh, I want to visit. In Paris, because I found Paris very interesting, and I like the Eiffel Tower most. So in Europe, I want to visit Paris.
You wanna go to Paris only for the Eiffel Tower, or any other attractions are there as you have seen?
My first attraction is the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre Museum there.
Okay. What's your second interesting city to you, if you have a chance to go?
And my second interesting city for studying, I want to go to I think I want to go to Canada, or
Okay.
for study.
Okay. Which city in Canada?
It's I think I want to go to Manitoba, Winnipeg, because there's the University of because I have some Bangladeshi friends there in the University of Manitoba, which is
Yes, yeah. Right. So let's talk about traveling. As you say, like when you travel to Sylhet, which is also far away from your hometown, and you are planning to go, I mean, very far away from the country. So do you think traveling is important, like visiting different cities is very important, or everybody should stay only their hometown?
I think traveling is important, but for important to gather knowledge. And I also think people should go to abroad for achieving higher studies or higher degrees. But people should stay at their hometown. It's true in a sense, when people are with their family, they feel much more good, I think. But for our as the world is very challenging now, so I think people should go to abroad to gather knowledge, so that they can cope up with the current world.
Okay, but visiting different cities or traveling makes people to, I mean, see, or I mean, meet people and from different countries with different culture, different languages, and even they have different food habit or anything. Some people support it, and some people don't like it. What do you think about this?
I support this thing, because by being familiar with the other cultures and people all over the countries, I think one can be a real human being, because when he or she is able to know the other people, they can be able to know their feelings, their conditions, and they can help their, or they can support their, I think.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of the mock speaking test.
You're welcome, Mama.